miserable.
It sounds miserable. We are looking at wind chills possibly around 10 degrees outside coming up tonight. I think best case scenario is 15, 16. Worst case scenario is some single digits for us. So it is going to be a cold one. Good news though. No freezing precipitation.
Yes, that's probably the best news about this entire thing. No one wishes to see ice.
Yeah, and we had a little pocket of a glaze of ice here or there last night, but that had no impact on our roads. Yeah. All of our roads are fine, and they should stay fine, minus maybe a frozen puddle or a pothole with some water in it.
Plenty of potholes.
Yeah, in your neighborhood, but overall, we are looking good to go on our roads, and we will stay that way because there's no more rain in the forecast. Look at that sunshine coming through on our tower camera. Traffic is flowing smoothly along SPID, but it is a cold one. 34 degrees outside right now. Our wind is out of the north at 23 miles per hour, gusting 31 miles per hour. I want to talk about Beeville last night. They got down to 32 degrees at 7 p.m. This is one of the locations, especially on the north side of town, that did see some freezing rain, and they stayed at or below freezing all night long, getting down to 29. Rising this morning briefly to 32, and they've stayed there in the low 30s, below 32 degrees now for more than 12 hours. In fact, it's been roughly, it looks like 22 hours below freezing, and you're going to add on at least 12 more. The range for Beeville is probably more so 12 to 17 hours from this point below freezing. Let's talk about the Lone Star State. Travel still messy if you're heading north. A lot of the highways have seen big improvements, but there was a lot of sleet, freezing rain, and even a few snow flurries across much of central Texas. Further to the north, they actually got some snow that mixed in. The snow depth contour a little skewed when you factor in the sleet as well, so I try to cover that up. But then this is pure snow for the most part, maybe some sleet mixing in up into the Ohio River and Mississippi River Valley where they meet. 14 inches of snow there up in St. Louis. What happens with this weather pattern is you get the Arctic air coming down. We're still getting the Arctic air coming down with that high pressure sending it down, but as the storm system is now tracking across the northeast, it's tapping into Gulf moisture also. So there's the Pacific moisture already there, then the Gulf moisture meets it, and it creates really high snowfall totals for areas across the eastern half of the United States, especially the northeast. So for us, that Arctic air is still moving in, so we're going to be even colder tonight. You've got to bundle up. Our wind chills will be at or below 15 degrees. So we do have that extreme cold warning in play from the National Weather Service. Here's a look at estimated temperature and wind chill early Monday morning. I do think we fall into the low 20s, and then we'll warm up into the afternoon into the 40s. But I want to point out Monday night into Tuesday morning, we've got another round of cold temperatures as well. Beeville may be even colder with some teens for your air temperature, because we're going to have clear skies tomorrow. Means radiational cooling will be in full effect. Those clear skies, combine that with the low humidity behind the cold front, that's going to allow our temperatures to fall pretty dramatically. So you see the clear skies overnight, 24 for Corpus Christi. The current record is 23, so there's a chance we could tie that record. But I also want to point out that 32 is something we see on average 4 times a year, and so it is still pretty rare. We talked about the average amount of time below freezing for 4 cities earlier in the newscast. Coming up at 10 o'clock, we'll talk about when we may be above freezing again. But for now, in your 7-day forecast, here's a look at those temperatures. I would say a good estimate is 12 hours below freezing for everyone, give or take a few, depending on how close you are to the water. We'll do it again on Tuesday. Then we warm up into the second half of the week. We've got more news coming up.